Hi, I have another story for you. This is called The Parable of the Lily. However, this one is not an AR story, but it is a good story. We've read about the farmer before. One wintry day, the farmer's young daughter shuffled through the snow and headed for the mailbox at the end of the lane. Brrr, it was cold. She peered inside the mailbox and she found a small white envelope. Surprise! It was addressed to her. It said, "Dear Maggie," the letter began, "I'm sending you a very special gift just for you. Look for it soon." Oh, Maggie loved getting presents. Don't you like getting presents? Especially a gift as mysterious as this one. When would it come? Who would it be from? What would it be? The farmer's daughter waited and waited, some days patiently, some days not so patiently. And then one very ordinary afternoon, a box appeared at the doorstep. The gift had arrived. The farmer watched as his daughter excitedly tore off the wrapping paper. He was eager to see what she thought of her present. But Maggie didn't say a word. She just stared at the small wooden crate full of dirt. Dirt wasn't what she had hoped for. Would you like to get a box of dirt as a surprise gift? Poking out of the soil was a small piece of paper that told Maggie how to care for her gift. It says, "Hide in a cool, dark place. Water as needed. When spring comes, bring it into the light." Then she knew it must be a growing thing, like a bulb that would someday bloom into a plant. Oh dear. Her long-awaited gift. It wasn't a toy or a doll or a game after all. Does she look happy? Nah, she looks kind of disappointed, doesn't she? Well, the farmer could see that his daughter was very disappointed, and his heart grew sad because the gift was from him. With a sigh, Maggie carried the wooden box down the steps into the darkest corner of the cellar and left it on a shelf. Sometimes she remembered to water it, but most of the time, she plain old forgot. The farmer did not forget. He just waited and he watched. Spring came at last. The air was warmer and the gray skies had melted into robin egg blue. What a welcome sight the sun was. It was time for the farmer to hoe his garden, getting the soil ready for the seeds that filled his pockets. We don't have snow and cold like that here, but up north they do. Maggie wanted to help, so she marched down the cellar steps to get her Maggie-sized garden tools, and that's when it happened. Searching for her toolbox in the darkest corner of the cellar, she knocked the forgotten crate of dirt off of the shelf. Crash! The crate splintered into pieces, and soil was everywhere, and the flowery bulb that rolled to her feet showed no signs of life. What a mess! Maggie was mad at the box and even madder at herself. She swept up the dirt and threw away the broken box and grumbled under her breath. And that ugly old flower bulb? She just tossed it out the cellar door, never to think of it again. Until Maggie woke up earlier than usual on Easter morning, and a warm breeze blew through her bedroom window, and she could hear the chirping birds. They were like calling her name, like, "Come out, Maggie." Still dressed in her nightgown, Maggie tiptoed out into the garden. She was hoping to find some daffodils or tulips to decorate the table for Easter breakfast. And that's when she saw it. The loveliest lily that God ever made was blooming on the edge of her father's flower garden. Its white petals unfolded like a trumpet. Its leaves were green with new life, and its scent was as fragrant as the most expensive perfume. Aren't those pretty? Have you ever seen a real lily? Maggie knew all at once what had happened. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry or shout with joy, so she did all three at once. Wake up, everyone! Wake up! Come and see! The gift is alive. And so are my bunny ears. They're about to fall. Ah, they go. Her family hurried out to the garden. They couldn't believe their eyes. So much beauty from such an ugly box of dirt. Maggie noticed the farmer standing in the doorway, quietly watching. His smile gave away his secret. Father, it was you who gave me the lily, Maggie squealed with delight. Suddenly, her little girl's smile began to fade. Oh, dear. She had thrown away her father's gift without so much as a thank you. How that must have hurt him. I'm sorry, Daddy, she said, putting her arms around him. Will you forgive me? Oh, my child, the farmer whispered, hugging her tight. That's what Easter is all about. Isn't that true? Easter's not the time for candy and Easter bunnies and eggs and what we can find in them. But Easter is about Jesus. You know, they put him on the cross, but he rose again, and we celebrate that for Easter. I hope you enjoyed this story.